Hello everyone. So today we are going to start with the next lecture, that is artificial neuron and its model. We have already studied in earlier lectures, that is what is biological neuron, how do we define biological neuron, what are the similarities between the biological neuron and artificial neuron. When we can say artificial neuron is just being inspired by the biological neuron and its working. So let's study this particular part of artificial neuron and its model, how it works. Now, when we define artificial neuron, we define this artificial neuron as a computational element where the computation is being done and a problem is being solved with the help of this element. This particular element is called as a node or a unit. Now, the point is it receives certain inputs from other units or from an external source, and these particular units are associated with weights. These particular weights are denoted by W, that is this particular WI1, WI2, these are the weights, and here we can say these are the parameters which is coming from the external source into the unit, that is it is the input. Now these particular weights can be modified depending on the learning. When we say about the biological neuron, there is synaptic link in there, and that particular synapse defines the space of learning, how much a person has the ability to learn. So here we are going to make the neurons or make the neural network learn with the help of these particular weights. So we need to adjust the weights every time. So here it is. Now the unit computes some function called f of the weighted sum of its input. Now see, we can see here, we have already studied this earlier and defined that this particular unit comprises of summation. That means whatever is coming, all the input parameters are coming into this particular unit. So the summation, the sum of all these parameters are being taken. Now when I say these are the weighted sum of input parameters. That means if it is x multiplied by w plus x2 multiplied by wi2, x3 multiplied by wi3 is coming on this summation, and it is passing through a function that is called as an activation function, and finally we get the output. So when I say these particular output as y, so y, how can the output y can be defined as yi is equal to the net which is being passed from a function. So f net I, what is net I? Net I is the summation of all these parameters, that is the weighted sum of all the inputs. Let's elaborate it in detail. So see, we can see here the clear picture of this neuron, artificial neuron working as a entity. Now here, these are, if I define these abbreviations, these x1, x2, x3, and all till xn are the input neurons of the artificial neuron. Now, when I see these particular W's in here, that is x1, you can see w1. This is the link between the x1 and the summation unit. W2 is the link between the X2 input and the summation unit. Similarly, X3 till Xn. So these particular are getting into the summation unit. That means this particular summation unit is going to give the output which is termed as I. Here I am denoting it with the help of I. What is this I? We are going to see in the next slide also. But here also I can define it as I, which is the weighted sum of all the input parameters. That means I will be equal to x1 multiplied by w1 plus x2 multiplied by w2 plus x3 multiplied by w3, so on and so forth till xn multiplied by wn. So this is how the I is defined. So after the summation unit, I get I as an intermediate output, or we call that as the net weighted output. Now this particular I is being passed through a threshold unit, which is termed as the threshold unit, and it will give you the final output as the y. This particular is termed as the function. There are a lot many activation functions we have, and we define it according to the like step function, sigmoidal function, etc., etc. So we are going to study this in coming slides or coming presentations, coming sessions. So we define it out here, the final output as y. Now how these particular weights are being defined. Whenever the input signal is modeled, it is modeled with the help of weights. That means either there will be an acceleration or there will be retardation. The signal will be passed through whenever there is a positive weight, and whenever there is a negative weight, the inhibitory synapse will take place. Now, what is an effective synapse? An effective synapse which transmits a stronger signal will have stronger weight, while a weak synapse will have a weak weight. That means whenever there is a weak signal, it will be defined with the help of a weak weight, else the vice versa. So moving further, this is the input I was talking about. This particular input I was W1 multiplied by X1 plus W2 multiplied by X2 plus till Wn multiplied by Xn. So here I is the summation of Wi Xi, or I can say Xi Wi, where I is lying or following from 1 to n. Then we generate the final output y. The final output as y is dependent on the activation function. Whatever activation function is there, we take the activation function and pass it through the I. So that particular, if I denote it with phi, so y is equal to phi, and this is I. Y is equal to phi I. See, this is the one, y is equal to phi I. Why क्यों हमने इसको y is equal to phi I कहा? Because I is the net weighted sum, which is denoted by this particular, okay, and this is being passed through the activation function. Let's move to the previous slide. This is the net weighted sum, summation unit में जाता है. It gives you the I, that is the net weighted sum, and I is being, net weighted sum is being passed through an activation function, that is f, that will be f I phi I, and we'll get the final output. So here this is what we are talking about. Now the sum is compared with the threshold value theta. There is a threshold value. Whenever the the sum exceeds the threshold value, there is a spark of signal in the mind when we talk about human brain. So here also we have defined the values that if the value of I is greater than the threshold value theta, then the output will be 1, else the output is equal to 0. So here we define it as y is equal to phi I minus theta dash. So y is equal to what? Phi, brackets mein you can denote it as I is what? I is the net weighted sum minus theta. So this is I minus theta. So here, and what was the phi we were talking about? Phi is the step function. So we have number of functions which are defined in activation function. The first one is called as the step function. Step function is denoted by, step means we have just, it's a binary one. If I is greater than 0, the value or the output we will get is 1, else we will get the value is 0. So this is the graph of step function. This is the phi I 0, here I is lying, this is the threshold value, and here we are getting 1. Whenever the theta is greater than 1, we will get 1, else we will get 0. Next function we have signum function. Signum function is also termed as the quantizer function. Now here we are taking it as a limiter function, that is -1 and +1. So whenever I is greater than theta, the output we get is +1, and whenever it is less than or equal to theta, we get -1 as the output. So here we can see the graph, that is theta value is there. Whenever it is I is greater than theta, we get the value as +1, and whenever the theta value is less than or equal to theta, we get the value as -1. Similarly, next function is the sigmoidal function. This particular sigmoidal function is called as the continuous function. Now, continuous function varies gradually. It has this asymptotic values which are from 0 and 1, and or we can say it from -1 to +1. So the formula for this particular is phi I, we define it as 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to pi minus lambda I, where lambda is the slope parameter and I is the input, that is information we were net weighted input we were talking about. So now I hope we have understood the basic working of neural model. Next we had this McCulloch-Pitts model of neuron, on the basis of which we can just define how this particular work in the normal fashion. Now see, this is McCulloch-Pitts model. This is being defined as there are two inputs, x0 and x1. x0 is having a link to the unit, summation unit and activation function unit, which is linked with the help of W0, and x1 is linked with the help of W1. So x0 and x1 are the inputs, W0 and W1 are the weights. Phi again is the threshold we have studied earlier, and Y is the final output we are going to get. Now see, as in earlier fashion, we have we have the input function as I, or we can say the I is net weighted sum, that is x0 w0 plus x1 w1. This is net weighted sum. It is represented by net I. Okay, so this is the net input. Now net input is being passed through the threshold activation function that gives you the final output, that is Y. So Y is equal to function of activation function, whatever we are using, and the net I. So here the condition lies that if this net weighted sum is greater than or equal to phi, then the output is 1, else it is 0. Why this is taking as 1 and 0? Because this is taking as a binary value and the step function. So here the condition lies that whenever the input is negative, the weights are same, it will be inhibitory, and whenever it is positive, it will be exhibitory. That means it will accelerate. Activation function, I've already told you that activation of a bit neuron is taken in binary form, that is 0, 1. We can see the output is only either 0 or 1, and net input, net I, is greater than threshold value, that is 5. So let's take an example and understand it. We'll realize, or we'll have the realization of gates. We'll take the example of AND gate, how we are going to implement it in this McCulloch neuron model, Pitts neuron model. So this is it. We have we know the truth table of AND gate, x1, x2, and we get the output that is in terms of y. So whenever in AND gate we have 1, 1, we get 1, 0, 1, we get 0, 1, 0, we get 0, 0, 0, we get 0. So I don't need to explain this AND function, all of you know, I think. So moving further, we can see that x1 and x2 is there. W1 and W2 we have taken and initialized the weights as 1. And this is the phi. Phi is assumed as 2 we have taken. And we need to find out the output and we need to implement the gate, AND gate. So Y condition kya hogi? Output we'll get through this is 1. When we'll get 1? We'll get 1 whenever the net weighted input, that means summation of Wi xi, where I is equal to 1 to n, here only two input functions are there, is greater than or equal to 5. Then the output will be 1, else the output will be 0. So if x1 is equal to x2, that means is equal to 1. Yani we have taken first condition, x1, x2 both are 1. So just implement in this, that is the net weighted sum is x1 into x2 plus x2 into w2. That will be x1 is 1 multiplied by weight is 1 plus x2 is 1 again and w2 is again 1. So 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 is equal to 2. Here we just compare it whether net weighted sum is greater than or equal to 5. So 2 is greater than 5 की value we have taken as 2. So 2 is greater than equal to 2. This is true. So output will be 1. This is the condition we are getting. So output will be 1. Similarly, we will take x1 now, second condition. x1 as 0 and x2 as 1. x1 as 0 and x2 as 1. So 0 multiplied by 1 plus 1 multiplied by 1. Why? x1 we have the value 0. W1 we have the value 1 plus x2 we have the value 1, w2 we have the value 1. So the final output we'll get is 1. Now this 1 is less than 5. Why? We have taken 5 is equal to 2. So this is less, we are getting the second condition. The net weighted sum is less than 5. So we'll get the output as 0. So the output is 0. Similarly, we are going to find out for the third and fourth condition. The third and fourth condition, we will get this output 0, output 0. So what outputs we are getting? For first condition, we are getting 1 output. This is correct. For second output, we are getting 0. This is again correct. Third, we are getting 0. This is correct. And fourth also, we are getting 0. Whenever the 0, 0 is there, 0 is the output. So this is how the gate realization has been done in this particular neuron model of AND gate. We can make it for OR, for XOR, for AND, all the gates. So that's all for this session. Thank you very much.